Yeah, I mean, it might not be the most targeted bans towards ThunderTalk in particular, but what we've ended up with in terms of these drafts are two very solid drafts that have very clear win conditions
available. ThunderTalk, though, the prio in the bot lane, and with Guan topside, going to look to start off Dragon number 1. I think they're going to be able to finish this one before Guan can get over, but will they try to take a fight afterwards? Zhuo and Awesome coming in from the bottom side. A pinch from NIP on towards the ThunderTalk squad. They're going to engage onto Junhao, and he will be one shot. There's going to be the kill going over to Awesome. Advance forward from Care with the first of the resets, channeling Realm Warp. Everybody gets out except for Ryan. I think he clicked outside of the Realm Warp, but he will escape with the flash and the barrier nonetheless. And you are clicking in such a way where you're not going into the Realm Warp and are instead stepping out of it, it won't port you. That's a mechanic intentionally put in the game to stop you from griefing your teammates and solo queue with it.
It is top domination right now for ThunderTalk, and I was going to point this out. As we can see, one grub is already gone. Guan was actually taking that before that play ever happened, so at most here, ThunderTalk with that pressure topside will be able to get 2 grubs, but 3 will be denied because of Guan's proactivity. Well done there by the NIP jungler, but what a performance right now from Keshi.
Sure. Second Dragon, as soon as it's ready, it's got Guan standing in front of it and calling over the bot lane. Looking set up to be able to work on this one, no problem. Junhao approaching from the bottom side. Will he look for this engage? Does dive in, looking for the smite bite. Actually steals it away, but now he's in a 1 versus 3. Tidal Wave coming in to try to bail him out, but Pop Blossom going to knock him up and take him down. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Zhuo going down as well. Awesome for it to flash away as Keshi is TP'd into the fray. And it will be that trade of lives, but the Dragon going the way of ThunderTalk.
Drakes, we talk about a gold lead for NIP, but if there's one way to get back in this game, it's going to be these Drakes, as long as Haru can survive here. Oh, no.
Yeah, Haru a little bit collapsed on. Good little dodge there away from the Blooming Bursts, but I think he's done for one way or the other. Tangle Barb's probably going to solidify his fate as Guan connects another Vault Breaker.
Care in the mid lane already. He has a majority of Ninjas in Pyjamas gold at the moment on this Ahri. He's had some fantastic performances on his most played champion across this split so far, and he'll happily add the first tower gold into his pocket to really accelerate this Ahri.
That he probably doesn't have to recall, but yeah, definitely a little bit less room to play with as here comes Guan towards the mid lane. Ulti right on towards Ryan. Pop Blossom right afterwards. Awesome, free to fire away as Guan finishes off the kill. Charm connects onto Junhao. He has to use the Crescent Guard to create a little bit of space. Haru forced back as well as everybody from NIP connecting their skills and pushing him further back. Dodges out on one more Charm to stay alive. But NIP make their pick in mid and continue to exert their will across the map.
This is exactly what we were talking about, Gordo. It's the ultimate priority on this one-item power spike for this Ninjas in Pyjamas comp that is going to make them so dangerous to play into. Gets them that Rift Herald, which is going to open up the map a lot for a team comp that really doesn't want to be playing side lanes too much in the late game into something like Ryze.
With that sort of lead, unfortunately, this is well-trodden ground for ThunderTalk as the lowest performing early game team in the league. They just need to be able to find a way to clean these up if they're going to try to find a way to compete in these games. And so far, they're just still under pressure. Ryan hunted down, chased to the dirt by Guan.
Zhuo might really become a problem. Junhao might try to go in for the steal here, though.
And it's as good a strategy as any at this stage for ThunderTalk if Junhao can try to force his way in there. Does get jumped on, and this time NIP know their target and isolate him. Will be a trade kill back onto Zhuo, bursted out by a nice little Spell Flux combo out of Haru. ThunderTalk get a little something back, but it's the 1-for-1 trade. Care advances forward, charms on a Haru, but now he's up too far. Keshi finds the CC, Keshi blows him up, Haru gets a second kill, but now Keshi's over the wall, going to have to try to escape, and will be able to do so.
You just can't be making those kinds of mistakes. Junhao very far behind in the jungle matchup, but as we know with Xin Zhao, you are never out on that champion. One good knockup, and you can be in a pretty dominant spot. For now, it's going to be that mid lane turret falling. More gold going into the pocket of the main carries. And
already sending multiple members up towards that side of the map. And Care might be the one who actually walks away with an extra outer turret.
Yeah, the split push Ahri has been very effective over the course of this game just due to the nature of these lane states. It's a lot of gold going into the pocket of Care, but
all of the entrances covered by NIP. Awesome has to play a little bit safe in the mid lane as Keshi is coming down from the top side. Hoya going to be a little bit later to this one, as is Heru. Heru should have the Realm Warp, though. Be able to show up here on the flank. Already TP being channeled by Hoya. Here comes the Pop Blossom. Only really connects on a June now and is largely immune. Meanwhile, isolated away is Guwon. Ryan gets flashed on by Hoya, though, to make it a 1-for-1. It's jungler for carry. Pretty good for NIP thus far. But what about the rest of the fight? Heru's over the wall. Is going to push back Hair on his own. It's a flash for flash exchange. And an inside track onto the Dragon available for ThunderTalk here. Not too shabby for a team down 5k gold.
That is a huge turn overall for ThunderTalk. Not only are you able to pick up the Dragon,
Hair's coming back.
Put yourself on some point. No, they want to fight this.
Yeah, Keshi going to get pushed back away, loses so much of his health before his team is ready to fight. Now here comes Care taking the portal back over onto the other side. They are going to be able to secure themselves Soul Point, though. Good stuff for ThunderTalk. Now, can they get all 4 members out? This is a victory for them. Towards this Dragon, NIP, or rather the Baron, take it down to about 10k HP. They do give up on the play here. It's a TP up from Keshi, a little far away from the rest of the team, but tanky enough that he just shrugs it all off with that teleport shield. Thank you very much, top lane Quest. It's Junhao and Keshi now up in the front line, able to tank this all day long. They find the knockup on towards Guwon, dive into the backside, does find the knockup onto Ryan, but he's able to dash right back out. Guardian Angel popped here for Junhao. Keshi trying to buy time on the opposite side, going to get taken down by Hoya. And now it's a 5 versus 4. Care fishing with these charms. Once again, cannot connect them. Awesome steps forward to be able to slow him down with the laser. And Zhuo looking for a big Pop Blossom on the flank. Lockdown found on towards Care. Heru gets a little bit of a chunk damage. Start off on the Dragon right away. ThunderTalk staying all grouped up as 5. Have to be very cautious about the engage angles of Zhuo. Standing on the opposite side, Heru trying to mark him. Hoya coming in from behind. They're getting pinched from all angles. ThunderTalk likely going to have to pick a target and go in. It's going to be Guwon. They dive forward, but they're all grouped up. Pop Blossom connects out of the full squad. And down go the bot lane. Down goes the jungler. And IP secure the Dragon and win the fight.
Fight these 5v5s with the comp that they had generated with no GA and flash onto Guwon. Well, it turns out if your Vi is caught, that means the rest of the team is up for grabs, we'll just say, to take, as we see
This is quite a bit of damage to the red carpet. And now just pushed away our ThunderTalk. This is an inner turret falling down. NIP get another objective for themselves. Onto these turret plates. Down goes another one. Down goes another chunk of gold over to the NIP squad. And Keshi might be up too far. Caught up by the Tangle Barbs. Forced to flash back away. And they have to abandon the turret with that done.
Yeah, it's a massive mistake from Keshi, and NIP are going to keep pushing. The Baron buff is gone.
Vision from that control ward. ThunderTalk know exactly where the Rumble is looking to jump on them from, and know where the Equalizer is going to approach from. Going to try to maybe mark him and push him out, but Heru's stuck up towards the top side. He's kind of working on Zhuo right now, trying to prevent the Pop Blossom from coming in without too much effort, and does have access to the full combo to be able to get that Pop Blossom on towards the rest of the team. Dragon being buffered and ping-ponged back and forth between the two teams as it falls below 5k HP. Care taking that portal over to the other side. Heru going to find him, forces out the Spirit Rush. Here's Guwon on the engage. They layer on down the Pop Blossom. They layer on down the Equalizer, but it doesn't do that much. Ryan manages to stay alive. Dragon getting battled on, does get secured by Hoya, but what about Guwon on the opposite side? He's able to flash back towards the rest of his team as Heru falls down to the full NIP squad. Keshi and Ryan side by side, but low on health. Feather going to group with them as well. NIP do not want to let these fish go. They want to end the game right here and now with a successful fight, but their health bars are taken away as well. They eventually decide catch and release is the way to play. Yep. Ryan would be the key to the game here, and Guwon's been gone for so long. ThunderTalk have no idea where he is. Now they do. Here he comes, right onto Ryan. Pop Blossom at the ready. Junhao locked down as well. And down go ThunderTalk. NIP with a quick 3-0 grab. Going to look to close out game number 1, and they're going to have no problem doing so.
An absolutely phenomenal flank from Ninjas in Pyjamas, from Guwon, who has been exceptional throughout game number 1, will seal game 1's fate. A big win for Ninjas in Pyjamas and one of their most dominant of the year.
Well done, NIP. Some fights that they would wish were a little cleaner, but all the same, it is a game number 1 win. They can win. They do have a lot of angles of attack in these kind of skirmishy fights. They have a lot of different ways to get in and get onto the back line. It's going to be a tough job for Awesome and Care here.
You know, has been an all-pro caliber player. He's had some fantastic statistics. Keshi doing a great job of going up against him. This is a big matchup for Hoya to survive. Feather, though, could be in danger.
Oh no, Feather snagged by the deadly flourish and first blooded by Jace. But now Hoya looking to be the victim of a dive up the top side. Keshi going to lead the charge here. Junhao tanking up the turret, gets himself the first kill of the lane. Junhao escapes with his life, but Keshi stayed too long and Hoya beats him down. That's why we're considering him for All-Pro, baby.
Expend your jungle resources top lane. Definitely at least a little positive to get a kill onto Gwen, but Guan is overstayed.
Yeah, Feather finds him here, gets the stun, and there go the lights. It's got to be a flash to get the recast from Junhao on the Paranoia. It's a little bit shorter range than you think it is, but he cleans it up regardless. Still unavailable, and, you know, he's got his own pretty significant lead up on this top side. The kill definitely helping him out, and the fact that Hoya traded kills onto him meant that he did not get to use the zombie to pick up those minions. He's definitely going to prefer the kill, but...
I mean, this is an egregious lead on the top side, but it is going to be an objective for objective trade. Will be Dragon going over to NIP with that bot lane pressure that we've talked about, and of course top side pressure going in favor of ThunderTalk. It does look like it's going to be a bit of a split map situation here for both of these sides.
Multiple members of NIP coming into collapse, though.
They are all here, and Keshi is overextended.
Oh, Keshi, that last dash forward, very regrettable, and there's no way he's getting out of this one with his life. Will be chased down, and Guan puts himself on the board. It's an engage towards mid, though. Nice block with the flash, stopping the shifting sands, but he still has Emperor's Divide, and Care will divide mid lane with it. Ryan did manage to finish off that Bloodthirster, so he's not too far behind in item value coming into this fight, but they do not have control over the river, and Guan already taking this dragon to about half should be all NIPs.
Yeah, there's no way to fight this as ThunderTalk. As I outlined, you just have no resources available.
It's not quite yet. It does mean that this top laner is going to be very low for the upcoming Rift Herald, although here comes a Paranoia in on towards Hoya. Keshi going to step forward. He wants this kill credit, and there's going to be an attempt at a 1 versus 2 from Haru. Nearly takes out Care, but Care is able to shifting sands his way to safety.
You said it earlier, Rift Herald is on the map, and this will just be a trade. Bot lane tower is nowhere close to being taken down for Haru. On the other side,
oh.
Junhao. Well, you know, there are some positives on the map for ThunderTalk, but they are waning in terms of their relevance. As Haru continues to push on the bottom side, that is Rift Herald going over to NIP, and the gold is in the perfect pocket. Who did we highlight coming out of this draft that needed to step up and be important in the early game? It was Guan, the player of the game. The engage is a problem, but you might not even need to engage with this comp right now if you can control the area. Rift Herald going to be dropped in the mid lane, even more gold. Going to be going into the pockets of these main carries.
Shelly, Ryan forced to flash away from the Tempered Fate. Now not going to have access to that tool. Still no opportunity to bullet time here quite yet. Feather looking for the engage, doesn't find it. Turret going to fall on down. Thanks to Shelly's contributions. Shockwave, Shock Blast, whatever shock item you prefer, does get himself on out of there. Eyes on Keshi still. Keshi now did just hit his second item spike. He gets the Dusk and Dawn. That item is busted.
And IP have a complete domination over this river. And TT have to fly blind into it.
Oh, Ryan, gets hit by the Deadly Flourish. Does get a nice bullet time down before he falls, but Guan will claim his life. Haru TP's in. It is a 5 versus 4 NIP with the numbers advantage. But ThunderTalk just can't give this up for free. They have to show up at some point. Another Deadly Flourish connects. Curtain Call opened up. Feather forced to ulti, but Keshi gets over here to try to put some pressure onto Awesome. Here's the Paranoia into the backline. It's followed up with by Haru. There's going to be the Tempered Fate landing onto 3. Guan low on HP will be executed by Haru. Perfect execution comes across the team, but he's not able to find the damage to be able to finish off the fight, and Keshi was taken down by Awesome. NIP, a double kill to the Jhin, going to secure themselves soul point off of this fight win.
It cost absolutely everything to take down the Jace. Unfortunately, there's just nothing left in the tank. Once you take down that jungler, the Nocturne ult is utilized, but there's just no damage. Haru is too far behind in, which I think is one of the main ways that NIP could actually get caught out, is if they don't have their tank available. But now, again, no Paranoia means that that teleport is free to fire off if a fight ends up breaking out. 30 seconds on this soul as they take down the mid lane tier 2.
Abandoning top entirely. And Keshi's not up there to split push, so it actually does not matter. that they are doing that. Haru maybe could have done it as well. Instead, it's actually NIP pulling the trigger. Flash from Ryan to get away from the Tempered Fate. Paranoia into the back line. They are going to be able to find a knock-up as well. Damage coming through on towards Awesome, but they're not really going to be able to pressure his life total. Only taking him for about a third. It's only Feather and Junhao who are actually able to hit him at the end of the day. Keshi didn't find a way in. Haru didn't find a way in. Ryan doesn't have anywhere to hit. Feather's already dropped on down. There's no front line.
Yep, but NIP are going to be in the area. They're pulling off.
Oh, Gwen's Baron speed is the thing that ThunderTalk are going to bank their entire game on. No, they aren't. They back away. They did maybe 1k damage to it and thought, nah, we can't do this. Care, going to claim a solo Dragon Soul.
She was not really able to find a priority target in that fight either, and that's where all the gold is for ThunderTalk. Feather getting his back interrupted here, just adding insult to injury, but Baron's still on the map, and Infernal Soul inquired for this comp. Oh, Zhuo?
Oh, Zhuo a little bit found. Haru on top of him, and Haru should be able to finish this off. Gets him through the Tempered Fate. And a quick solo kill found by Haru. Nicely done. Forced to flash, though, as Hoya is in his face. They're going to have to use the Unbreakable Will from Feather as well, who is 7 levels behind this top laner, by the way. That's 2026 things.
And we'll see if they can make that now with Guwan having so many defensive traits.
Oh.
Feather.
I can't believe Awesome landed that Deadly Flourish, but RIP Feather. And you know what? A quick moment of oh, wait, hang on a second. Dive in from Junhao. Quick magical journey out. I mean, that's one of the paranoias of all time. NIP are able to get out of there in about an instant. Curtain Call opened up, going to try to soften up some of these targets. In comes the Unstoppable Onslaught. Doesn't actually directly connect on anybody, but it does isolate Ryan. Big decimating smash connects. Tempered Fate over the wall. Zhuo bringing in the reinforcements, and Keshi's got to get the hell out of there, but no opportunity. Nowhere left to go. Ryan hunted down by the top laner. Awesome, looking for one more shot onto Keshi. He lines him up and knocks him down. Fish in a barrel for the NIP AD carry.
That off with the pick onto Feather. And then unfortunately, Keshi is the one who gets tagged at the end. That gold lead does not really matter when the rest of your team cannot survive anything. And Akali's getting solo killed by the Scion, who was destroyed in lane at this point. It's really just more of a formality. ThunderTalk running for the hills. This bot lane tower being taken, and I imagine it will be much more with this Baron buff.
Yeah, the siege is going to be difficult to respond to for ThunderTalk, and I mean, a moment of silence for Clear Love and the EDG boys, right? One must imagine them pounding their fists on the table here, just begging ThunderTalk to be able to find a way to win a game. And it is not coming up here. Tempered Fate going to slow up Feather. They are going to be able to dive in onto him. Keshi and Haru find their way onto the chase. Guwan falls down, as does Care. The best looking fight ThunderTalk have had all game, but it just comes too little and too late. Awesome still alive. Hoya can tank turret all day long. It's still a 3 for 2, and it's still the base getting busted open by NIP.
We've given a lot of credit to NIP's plays throughout this game. Well, that was the reward for their plays, is the bit of the wallet diff they had there. So they continue to siege down this inhibitor. Bot lane inhibitor will go down despite the fact that that fight went completely awry. NIP will be walking out with even more gold in their pockets. They're looking for this mid lane inhibitor tower as well, and they will likely be able to gather it with their Baron buff.
Quick couple of inhibitor turrets, quick inhibitor gained right here, just because it'll force ThunderTalk over into a fight, and then they don't have to take any sort of risky positions. But, I mean, Junhao's on Nocturne. You can't fully force this guy out unless you find him. There goes Feather. There goes Haru. 2 members already gone. Care might even be able to finish Haru. Oh, they're opening up with the curtain call, and here we go. See, we're just going to ignore the Elder Dragon. In goes Hoya. Charge onto 2. Quick double kill for the Scion top lane, making a triple kill to the Scion top lane. Hoya, despite the early game struggles, arrives to game number 2 and is looking to see if he can make it the full penta. I don't think it's going to happen, but NIP happily march into the base. 3 kills to their name. Haru dives his way in to make the last possible stand. Pushed back into the fountain. Executed by NIP. And they will successfully complete their mission. 2-0. Top 2 in group perseverance. Locked in. They have an upper bracket spot in Knights Road.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.